Tamworth. So they're all up behind the gate. Set to go, the Joan Bullock Memorial. The light goes on and the arms go back and they're away and racing. It's Georgia on My Mind, came away well with Ruth Shannon out wider than Rosemary Shannon. Groovy Miss Annie is going to drop back to fourth spot on settling, followed then by Clancy Pants, and they're followed then by Matt Gregor Star, Don't Arc With Me, Surfing Sensation, Mini Masterpiece, and Bassie is at the tail of the field. So around the turn into the straight now, and this favourite's gone to the front now. It's Georgia on My Mind. Lead time 26.2, led the way by a length and a quarter. Ruth Shannon is second. Rosemary Shannon is going up without a trailer on the fence. Then is Groovy Miss Annie. They're followed further back then by Matt Gregor Star as they go out of the straight. Then Clancy Pan, Surfing Sensation. Then Don't Arc With Me, Mini Masterpiece, and the length Bassie at the tail of the field. Well, this favourite is pacing along in the lead by a length and a half. It's Georgia on My Mind. Out by a length and a half to the good of Ruth Shannon and Rosemary Shannon on the outside. 32.1 was the first quarter. Now 3 back on the marker line there is Groovy Miss Annie on the inside of its stablemate McGregor Star. They're followed further back then by Surfing Sensation around the outside of Clancy Pants, Mini Masterpiece, Don't Arc With Me, and Bassie is at the tail. Around the turn into the straight will get the bell. The circuit left to go on the Joan Bullock Memorial, and it's Georgia on My Mind the leader. Bowling along nicely from Ruth Shannon. Rosemary Shannon in the death on the outside. 30.3 was the second quarter, so the half comes up 62.4. So working out of the straight now is Georgia on My Mind. It's got away by 2 or 3 lengths now over Ruth Shannon. Dropping back then to third is Rosemary Shannon. The one in trouble there was it's Groovy Miss Annie, and going forward then is Matt Gregor Star, then Clancy Pants, and they're followed further back then by Don't Arc With Me. 27.6 though the third quarter, and this favourite's off and gone. It's Georgia on My Mind. It's put 30 metres on Ruth Shannon, followed further back then by Matt Gregor Star, then Surfing Sensation. Clancy Pants is next, followed further back then by Rosemary Shannon and Bassie, but they're into the straight. It's Georgia on My Mind. This is a bit of class, this pacer. It's streaking away. It's going to win by about 50 metres, and it's Georgia on My Mind all the way. Runs out a very easy winner. Now Ruth Shannon will get second. Clancy Pants has run third, then Matt Gregor Star, followed then by Surfing Sensation, Bassie, Mini Masterpiece. Next to finish was Rosemary Shannon, Don't Arc With Me, and Groovy Miss Annie, who got in a bit of trouble there at the 5.50 mark, is the last one in. So it's Georgia on My Mind, Mark Callahan. $1.10 a dollar. 5 Ruth Shannon, $11.60. Michaela Barnes, and 7 Clancy Pants, $3.10. Driven by Peter Hedges, has run third. So 2, 5 and 7 are the numbers after the Joan Bullock Memorial. Clear cut win there to the favourite. It's